My name is McKenna Hare, and I'm currently taking Dr. Constancio's digital marketing class at the University of Hawaii. We were tasked with picking two companies and sitting down with the marketing directors to discuss digital marketing and various aspects of the industry. I got the opportunity to speak with Naveen Rashid, the Director of Brand Communications at the National Basketball Players Association, or the NBPA, and Ashley Havili, the Marketing Director at Vivint, who focuses on brand sponsorships and events. I chose these two because my goal was to focus on women in the industry. In addition, I wanted to talk to marketers that were either in the sports world or worked closely with it. Obviously, Naveen works within the sports world, and it worked out perfect with Ashley because she works with a lot of athletes within their influencer program at Vivint. My project's focus is nonprofit versus profit and how marketing directors in each sector leverage social platforms to tell authentic brand stories to either sell products or build brand awareness. The National Basketball Players Association is a labor union that represents National Basketball Association players. It was founded in 1954, making it the oldest trade union of the four major North American professional sports leagues. Let's dive right in and learn a little bit more about Naveen and her role at the NBPA.
Average day, there's no average days at the PA, I'll say that. But overall, I lead all of our messaging strategy, our communication strategy, our content strategy from and how it lives short form, long form. So that shows in digital, that shows in our partnerships. But yeah, kind of in the keeper and the owner of the brand's voice at the PA.
How does digital marketing come into play with what you do?
My job at the PA started as a digital media strategist. So digital marketing is everything. It is how we communicate to our different audiences, and our audiences include like how do we communicate to our players, how do we communicate to other brands, our fans of the game, media. So digital marketing has been one of the most important things of our communication strategy.
Vivint Homes is a public smart home company focused on home security and connecting the individual with all their Google, Amazon, and Nest devices all in one platform. I spoke with Ashley about her role at Vivint.
So I'm Ashley Havili, and I am currently, I work at Vivint, and I'm currently the Director of Influencer Marketing.
What is an average day like for you?
Let's see, 6 months since last July, I've been building an in-house agency to run our influencer marketing team at Vivint. So we're in startup mode right now. We're finally just kind of getting into the groove. So every day has been a little different, but I've had to hire people. I've had to find the right software to use for influencer marketing, which there's a lot out there. And then build the program from startup, from operations, how to get influencers onboarded, get on their systems, I had to make contracts with legal. So every day's been a little different just because we're in building phase. And then, but more typically going forward, I think it's going to be a little bit more structured of always we have a constant revolving door of influencers of who we're talking to, are they the right fit? Does it make sense to work with them? Are they the demographic? There's so many things that go into signing an influencer. It's not just oh my gosh, you're cute. You have a beautiful feed. We really are looking for content creators, which they're kind of moving into that direction of true creators. And though that's where we're finding the most success is when we find those creators that really care about creating a really cool story.
What current trends are you guys seeing in digital marketing?
What I see is everything's moving towards a shorter form. Attention spans are going from, if you look at social media videos 2 years ago to now, everything's under 30 seconds to 45 seconds.
Things are constantly evolving in social media. They're constantly changing things. I think the biggest thing that we're trying to figure out right now is all the privacy and how we can't reserve people ads. So there's more I mean, everyone's being protected now, which is great, right? But as a marketer, it makes it really hard to retarget and to follow people and to like kind of crack into that. So we're having to navigate that. And then right now, everything's changing. So like, for example, like on Instagram, and this was never communicated from Instagram at all, but I think like one of the biggest things is like, how do you keep up with it? So like the swipe ups went away, right? Like there's no more swipe up. It's only linked to, like they like do link tos now with like a tag. And so like, but Instagram never came out and was like, oh, like, you know, we're having this, and all our contracts say like you have to have a swipe up. Well, now there's no swipe ups. So you have to have like link to. So I think like the thing that's the hardest is that all these different social media platforms are changing all the time. And there's no handbook from them about what they're doing. You literally just have to be the expert on that platform to like figure it out.
What makes campaigns/influencers authentic?
A big trend too is just like how do you authentically partner with other brands or other platforms that like tell your story. People now can find genuine content and disengage with that easily. So yeah, I think people are just being smarter and more efficient with what they're doing.
So it's more about that creator influencer that captures that feeling of genuineness, authenticity, and believable. And that's like kind of the sweet spot that we're figuring out is like where the money's at.
What advice do you have for those entering the marketing field?
Be eager, and I would say network as much as you can. Ask about if there's projects, ask if there's, you know, something you could help out. If like there's something you're interested in and you want to get like more practice in it, like I guarantee like you shouldn't do free work, but like if someone's not paying something, like figure out how you could do, like how you could gain from it too. So like guarantee you there's always so much work, or there's so many things, or if you have an idea and you want to pitch that, like I would say never be shy and just keep on reaching out, asking, use your network. And yeah, I would just keep on like focusing on your trade and like keep on learning too. Like you don't want to be like just someone who's like, I'm only this kind of designer. I'm only this. You want to like nowadays it's like if you're a social media person, like you have to be a copywriter, you have to be an editor, you have to be like, you can't just be, you have to be a, you know, you have some design work, you have to have the photography and video skills, you have to have it all. So I would say just keep on like growing on your skills.
If I had to do it all over again, I would go out and get like my first few years, I'd either go to a digital marketing agency, which at Ralph Lauren, I worked with a digital marketing agency, but I didn't work at an agency. Starting out at an agency is really, really good because you have to learn how to like defend your work and be really knowledgeable because you're a client's paying you, right? So you have to learn it and be the expert at all times because you never know what your client's gonna put you through or ask you in a meeting, or you know, it's hard. I've always been the client, which is nice, but again, it hasn't forced me to like really learn it. So I would probably go to an agency, and then I probably wouldn't focus or hone in on a specialty or like a group until I've kind of figured it out. So I would do display, and I would do it across like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And then from there, I'd like look at like how they sell it at the New York Times and, you know, how they sell it on, you know, any kind of website. And so I would get to know that. I would get to know SEO. I'd get to know PPC. There's so much in digital marketing that I think in order to, if you want to be like a VP of like digital marketing one day, you would literally have to know something about everything, like SEO, PPC, how your pages like, you know, show up on Google because you have Vivint mentioned so many times. Like there's so much, and like it's so complex that I wish instead of going the more traditional route, which is like print, media, like beautiful advertising and magazines, like I wish I had a true digital background.
Well, that was a lot, and I hope you gained a little more insight on what it is like working in the digital marketing world and what skills and crafts you need to have to be successful within it. There was a lot more said in the interviews, but I wanted to give my viewers a high-level understanding of these two different marketers and their perspectives on the field. My biggest takeaway from these two interviews is that the digital marketing industry is constantly evolving, and it's a marketer's job to understand these changes and quickly and efficiently adapt to continue to leverage their brand. After speaking with Naveen and Ashley, I'm even more excited to enter this field and ready to take on the challenges that come along with it. Thank you for watching.